Welcome to Space Matrix. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates. The South China Sea churns with geopolitical tension, threatening global conflict. The Philippines, backed by the US, stands firm against China's territorial claims. Nations worldwide choose sides, shaping a complex web of alliances that could prevent or guarantee war. Today we uncover who stands with China and why, revealing a network that challenges the status quo. China's most powerful ally is Russia, a strategic partner opposing Western dominance. Their military cooperation, joint naval drills, and shared technology form a new axis of power. Diplomatically, Russia echoes China's narrative, shielding it from international condemnation. This partnership secures China's northern border, allowing focus on maritime ambitions. In any South China Sea conflict, Russia's support looms large. South of China lies Pakistan, an all-weather strategic partner. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor integrates their economies, providing China a route to the Arabian Sea. Militarily, China supplies Pakistan with advanced hardware, intertwining their defense strategies. Diplomatically, Pakistan defends China on the global stage, countering critical narratives. In Asian geopolitics, Pakistan is a steadfast ally for China. China's opaque yet critical relationship with North Korea is often described as Pyongyang's lifeline, shaping the fate of the so-called Hermit Kingdom. While the world watches North Korea with suspicion, it is China that quietly ensures the regime's survival, providing both overt and covert support that keeps the country afloat. Economically, China is by far North Korea's main trade partner, supplying essential resources like food, fuel, and machinery. These shipments are vital for North Korea's struggling economy, especially as international sanctions tighten. Without Chinese trade and aid, daily life in North Korea would be even more difficult for ordinary citizens. Politically, China shields North Korea at the United Nations, using its influence as a permanent Security Council member to advocate dialogue over harsh sanctions. Beijing often calls for restraint and negotiation, preventing the international community from isolating North Korea completely. This close relationship also serves China's strategic interests, maintaining a crucial buffer zone against US military forces stationed in South Korea. The stability of North Korea is seen as essential to China's own security calculus. In return, North Korea's support for China in disputes like the South China Sea is largely symbolic but expected, reinforcing their alliance on the global stage and signaling mutual loyalty in a region fraught with tension. In ASEAN, Cambodia is China's reliable partner, often blocking unified stances against China. Chinese investment transforms Cambodia, creating economic dependency. Politically, China supports Cambodia's leadership, shielding it from Western criticism. This partnership ensures Cambodia aligns with China on the South China Sea. By securing Cambodia's loyalty, China divides ASEAN, weakening regional opposition. Laos, much like its neighbor Cambodia, finds itself increasingly drawn into China's sphere of influence, primarily through deepening economic ties and strategic investments. As a landlocked nation with limited access to global markets, Laos has become especially reliant on Chinese capital and infrastructure projects to fuel its development and growth. The China-Laos Railway stands as a powerful symbol of this growing relationship. Stretching from Kunming in China to Vientiane, the capital of Laos, this modern rail link is a flagship project of China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative, physically and economically connecting Laos to China and beyond. This increasing economic dependency naturally translates into closer political alignment. Laos often supports China's positions in regional forums like ASEAN, providing Beijing with a reliable ally when it comes to sensitive issues and diplomatic negotiations. Even though Laos has no direct stake in the South China Sea or other maritime disputes, it consistently advocates for bilateral negotiations, a stance that aligns closely with China's preferences and strengthens Beijing's hand in regional diplomacy. For China, this steadfast support from Laos is invaluable. It helps Beijing shape regional narratives, counterbalance opposing voices, and maintain its influence across Southeast Asia, reinforcing the strategic importance of its landlocked ally. In Venezuela, China finds a distant yet reliable ally against US hegemony. The relationship is rooted in economics, with China investing in Venezuela's oil sector. Politically, both nations oppose US sanctions, creating a common cause. Venezuela supports China in international forums, countering criticism. This alliance portrays the South China Sea issue as a global struggle against US dominance. In the heart of the Middle East, a significant geopolitical shift is underway as Iran forges a close alliance with China. This partnership is not just about shared interests, but is fundamentally driven by their mutual opposition to the influence and policies of the United States in the region. Both nations see cooperation as a way to counterbalance Western dominance and assert their own power on the global stage. At the core of their relationship lies a sweeping 25-year strategic cooperation pact. This agreement promises massive Chinese investment in Iran's infrastructure, technology, and energy sectors, in exchange for a steady and long-term supply of Iranian oil. The deal is expected to reshape Iran's economy and deepen China's foothold in the region. On the military front, Iran and China have ramped up their collaboration, conducting joint naval exercises alongside Russia. These high-profile drills are more than just training. They send a clear message to the world about a new and emerging power alignment, challenging the traditional security order in the Middle East and beyond. Politically, Iran has thrown its support behind China's claims in the South China Sea, openly criticizing the U.S. military presence there as illegitimate and destabilizing. This stance further cements their partnership and highlights their shared vision of resisting American intervention in their respective spheres of influence. Ultimately, the Iran-China alliance challenges the notion of a unified international community standing against China. Instead, it reveals a world increasingly divided into competing blocs, with new alliances reshaping the global balance of power. In southern Africa, Zimbabwe sides with China, rooted in a history of Western sanctions. China's investment in Zimbabwe's mining and infrastructure creates strong economic ties. Politically, China supports Zimbabwe's government, shielding it from Western criticism. Zimbabwe backs China's core interests, including the South China Sea. This partnership projects China as a leader of the global South. In Europe, Serbia is a strategic partner for China, offering an alternative to Western alliances. Chinese investment in infrastructure and technology strengthens their bond. Serbia supports China on issues like the South China Sea, seeing China as a crucial ally. This partnership sows division within Europe, projecting Chinese influence. For China, Serbia is a diplomatic victory in the heart of Europe. Belarus, on Europe's eastern flank, is a staunch supporter of China. Economic ties like the Great Stone Industrial Park strengthen their alliance. Security cooperation enhances Belarus's internal control, mirroring China's model. Politically, Belarus backs China in international forums, including the South China Sea. This partnership fractures European unity, extending China's influence. From Russia to Africa, a network of nations supports China, challenging the US-led order. This web of alliances, built on strategic alignment and Chinese investment, reshapes global dynamics. The South China Sea is a flashpoint in this realignment with far-reaching consequences. As alliances fracture the world, their impact on the South China Sea's future remains uncertain.